What's up, it's Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be sitting down and talking about my current beauty favorites. So this is kind of like my monthly hits and misses. If you are a regular subscriber to my channel, I usually do a monthly hits and misses every single month, obviously. But also if you're a regular subscriber to my channel, you know a lot has been going on, and therefore I have not uploaded a monthly favorite in God, I don't even know how long it's been, honestly. And since it is, it's kind of the middle of the month right now, I'm barely getting back to my channel. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of, new products to share with you at the end of the month. So I just figured, why not go through my drawers and let me pick out my favorite products that I have just been loving, including makeup, brushes, skincare, etc. I just thought it'd be nice to keep y'all up to date on products I have been loving, and looking at this pile, it is some good stuff. It is some good stuff that I am excited to share with you. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I really hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So without further ado, let's get started. Go ahead and start off with skincare because it is one of the easiest things, leads you into makeup. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like a little routine going on. So the first thing I want to talk about is by e.l.f. This is the Gentle Peeling Exfoliant. I first discovered this on TikTok. Yes, I am part of the big trending TikTok community. I don't really do TikTok, but I'll go ahead and link mine down below if you want to check it out. I've done a couple, really embarrassing. Don't go look at it, but if you want to, it's down there. But this is where I found this, and the videos were crazy. And if I can figure out how to put it right here, I'll insert one of the videos right here showing what inspired me to get this. When you put this on your face, it looks like a moisturizer. You apply this to dry face, and as you're rubbing it in, you start to feel little crumbs. It almost feels like, what is it called? Like a body scrub, like sea salt. But it's not sea salt, that is your dead skin. It is disgusting, but it works like magic. The first time I used this, I cannot believe how much dead skin was wiping off of my face. I use this about once or twice a week. I just used it today when I was cleaning my face, just to not over exfoliate, irritate my face, that kind of thing. I have super sensitive skin, and this has never given me any kind of redness or irritation, so I look at that as a big pro in my book. Once you use this and then go through your normal skincare routine, your face will feel like a baby's bottom. It feels so smooth. You will notice the difference in your makeup, in your skin. It will just shine more. It will look better. So I got mine at Ulta. I suggest going on Ulta's website or app and looking in the store locator first. Because since this is such a trending product, it is actually out of stock in a lot of places. When I picked mine up, and this is my second one I picked up, each time it was the only one left. So that's only my word of advice, is check your local Ulta store and make sure they have it in stock. Moving on to some cleansers. So if you are a usual subscriber to my channel, you know one of my favorite cleanser brands is Biore, and I used to use their Witchazel. I don't really use it anymore because they came out with the rose quartz and charcoal. This is also my second one, and I'm already almost out. It's down to here, so I have a fourth of the bottle left. This is so amazing. So don't get me wrong, the Witchazel one is amazing, but once I saw this come out, of course I wanted to jump to the next thing. And that's kind of a con with me, is I don't really stick to a routine. I like to try new things all the time, which can be a good thing or a bad thing for your skin. But this one is so good. This combined with this, if you use this and then go in with this, your face is just so shiny, so beautiful, so luminous. So this has charcoal in it, great for oily skin. I have sensitive combination skin, and it's good for me. So I wouldn't only say that this applies to only people with oily skin. There is no kind of burning. There is a slight smell. If I had to say, it kind of smells like rose water, so there is some scent added into this, so just be forewarned of that. Keep that in mind. But other than that, like I said, I have sensitive skin, and this never gives me any kind of irritation, even with the added fragrance. Speaking of rose water, let's keep it moving to my favorite toner. So this is by the brand Quinn's, and is the Witchazel Rose Petal Toner. I will be honest, the only reason I got this was, number one, the bottle is gorgeous. Number two, it was at Marshall's. And number three, I believe I saw Khloe Kardashian use this in a Vogue video. And of course, if a Kardashian uses it, it's good enough for me. Literally the only reasons I got it. So embarrassing. But this has been amazing. So before this, I used the Biore Witchazel Toner. And the reason I really loved that is because, you could feel tingling on your skin. However, you do not feel that with this, but this is so soothing. And what I like about this is after you use the cotton pad, I use cotton pads. Some people use cotton balls. I don't like the feeling of cotton balls. So I use a cotton pad, a cotton round, and I pat it on my face. And what I love about this is you can see like all the stuff it's sucked out of your pores. Like you can see it on that pad that it has cleaned your pores out. So I love it. This is like halfway gone, and I really hope I can find another one. I don't know how much this would be like if they have a website. I'm gonna have to see. So this is also alcohol free, and it has aloe vera. Like I said, I got this at Marshall's. It is a 16-ounce bottle, and it was $7.99, which I feel is an okay price for how much you got. I mean, I've had this forever. I wash my face twice a day, morning and night, and I'm only halfway gone. So I think for $7.99 for 16 ounces is a pretty good price. So that is it for skincare. Let's go ahead and move on to makeup, and I'm first going to start with brushes and sponge. So I only have one brush and one sponge I want to talk about. The first brush is from the Wet n Wild and Bretman Rock collection, and it is the highlighter brush. So before that brush, my two like go-to highlighter brushes was either my Morphe M501 brush or my AOA Studio F19. This one's really good, and it was only $1, so I have like 4 of them. Can't beat it. What I love about this Wet n Wild one is that it is just so loose. It is so nice. And I also realized, like I believe I realized this last week, it is a perfect dupe for the Morphe one. Like exactly. When I realized this, I was like, oh my gosh, you are kidding me. Like this is so much cheaper. I can't remember how much this was. It was like, I want to say $5.99 or $6.99. Don't quote me on that. But it's at least, I think, a few bucks cheaper than this one. So anywhere I can save a buck, I'm down to do it. They did a really good job on these brushes. I love Wet n Wild brushes, and I love Wet n Wild sponges. I've been talking about this sponge since probably Black Friday, and I know it's been since Black Friday because on Black Friday, Wet n Wild had a huge sale, and I bought about 50 of these sponges. I have a whole drawer dedicated to this sponge. This one's still in its box, obviously. This is the current one I'm using. You know, it's not like a dud yet. I try to wash them once a week so I can keep them as long as I can. But this sponge, y'all, is just so bouncy, and it blends your products in like butter. I mean, there's hardly any, like, you have to hardly put in any effort to blend your stuff. It's amazing. So I love this sponge. And even when I'm at Walmart, which these are really hard to find at my Walmart, but anytime I see these in store, even though I have so many at home, I will still pick one up to make sure I have them on hand. The hell? We don't have ice cream men in our neighborhood. Moving along to primers. So I have really been loving 2 primers. It's a balm and a serum, and I'm pretty sure if you see my last video, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. So the first one is by Wet n Wild, and this is their Prime Focus Primer Serum. I have been loving this. So I was inspired by Juicy Jazz to get this, my idol, my god, love you. I was inspired by her to get this, and for her, I believe it took her like a few tries to really fall in love with it, and then she was hooked. For me, I was hooked from day one. Now, what got me scared to use this was on the back it says a hydrating water-based serum. Now, when I hear water-based, I think very liquidy, not doing anything. I've had really horrible experiences with water-based products. But for me, this is almost like a gel, especially when you start rubbing it into your face. It feels like it thickens up, and it really helps like moisturize your skin and get it prepped and plumped and ready for makeup. And then I follow it along with my favorite primer. Now, when I say my favorite, I don't want to use anything else in my drawer. I want to use this baby. This is by Hard Candy. Hard Candy recently revamped their whole brand, came out with a bunch of new stuff, and this is one of the things that I'm so thankful for it. This is the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. Now, I will be honest, I have only used this maybe 4 times, but I love it. In my opinion, this is probably a perfect dupe for the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I am going to be doing a dupe video with these 2 products, so make sure you look out for that. But even though I've only used this 3 or 4 times, I am in love with it. This is what I'm wearing today, and I can't see any of my pores. I will straight up say I have horrible pores on my nose and on the insides of my cheeks. Those are my bad areas, and with this, it completely erases them. The minute I applied this the very first time in my most recent video, and I'll link that video down below, when I applied this for the first time, I could just see the blurring taking place. And that is one of the claims on this primer, that it has a blurring effect, it minimizes pores, helps find lines, and I 100% agree with it. Now, between this and the e.l.f., it does have a softer texture, but I love it. I will take that soft texture. I love this primer. I cannot put it down. I cannot get enough. I need to go to the store tomorrow and get a few because I'm so scared now that they're no longer going to have it or they're going to sell out and I'm not going to have any. And that can't happen. Let's see, moving along. We did primer, let's do some foundation. So I have really gone back to an old favorite, and it is the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. Now, I used to mix two shades. This is the shade Vanilla, which is the shade I'm wearing today, and it is perfect for me. I used to mix it with, where is it? I used to mix it with the shade Natural. Now, I was fixing to mix it and apply it to my face, and when I mixed it, I'm like, that's a little too orange for me, I think. And it was. So I put Natural to the side, I only applied Vanilla, and it is my perfect shade. Now, this is kind of like Your Skin But Better, but in my opinion, it's like a Your Skin But Better revamped edition. Like, this is my version of what a BB cream should be. It has great coverage, but it feels like your skin. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't get cakey, and it's perfectly blendable. When it comes to concealer, I have really been loving this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now, I have the shade Fair Warm. I love this better than the regular Camo Concealer. In my opinion, the Camo Concealer, the regular one, is very fast drying and is really hard personally for me to blend out. Now, I know this isn't the case with everyone. I have seen plenty of videos where people just love the Camo Concealer. So maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my skin, maybe it's just my technique, who knows. But if I had to choose between the hydrating and the regular is going to the curb and I'm keeping this baby. It is so blendable, so creamy. You really do feel the cooling hydration when you apply it to your face. And it has some beautiful pigment without being so cakey. Once again, this is what I'm wearing today, and my under eyes are not cakey. There's no creasing. I love it. I feel like my first impressions video had a ton of hard candy in it, and I also feel like I have a good amount of hard candy in here as well. But hard candy, once they came back and revamped, they have really, they know what they're doing. They've stepped up their brand. So a powder I have loved, and I'm wearing it today. I can't believe how nice my face looks. Like, I don't know what y'all think of my face. Don't tell me because I'll hurt my feelings unless you think I'm cute. I don't know what y'all think of my face, but looking in my mirror right here, I love it. I love my face. And it's because of this powder. This is the Blurring and Pore Refining Sheer Envy Loose Powder. When I opened this today, it did make me nervous because this is like a medium shade, and I was scared that it was really going to take away the highlighting of my under eye. Now, I don't really do a highlighted under eye anymore, but I do some brightness. So I was really scared it was going to darken my under eyes, it was going to darken my skin, and it was going to oxidize and look gross. But it didn't. It did end up being translucent, and I'm like, how can you be translucent? And I don't know if this is the shade translucent. It just says 1912. It doesn't have a shade on it, so I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a translucent powder, but I love it. I love this powder. It went on beautiful. It kept the shade of my foundation and concealer the same while really blurring my face. So this, combined with the Smoothing Primer Balm, is a winner in my book. Besides that hard candy powder, another powder I really have been loving is by e.l.f. This is the HD powder in Soft Luminance. So I don't think this one is new. I know they did come out with a powder that's like a HD glow, halo glow powder, I believe. I tried that out. It's not really my cup of tea. It's not horrible, but I don't think it does the claims it says. It says it's supposed to do like a soft filter effect, and I personally don't see that, but I do see it with this. This also, just keep this in mind, it does have a little bit of shimmer in it. I don't know if I could, yeah, you're not going to be able to see that, but it does have the tiniest bit of shimmer in it. Not really glitter. It just has like a luminance to it, which is, you know, in the name, so I'm assuming that they're telling you, hey, this is going to give you a little luminous to you, which it's not overwhelming at all. I've put this under my eyes and all over my face, and I personally think it looks beautiful, especially like in the sun. You're not going to look glittery, you're not going to look like a disco ball, you're not going to look like a joke. This looks great. I will use this to set my face, I will use this to bake my face, cut my cheeks, and it all works fine. Even having this sit on my face, because if you watch my videos, I like to bake my face while doing my brows and lashes. Even having this set on my face, it doesn't give me any white cast or flashback. I don't have any favorite bronzers. I've really been using the same ones, but a blush I love is the Hard Candy Just Glow Silk Blush, and this is in the shade Cheek Me Out. This is like a peachy tone blush, super, super pigmented. This is what I'm wearing today, and it is just beautiful. It is so blendable. Now, this is a new blush they came out with. They also came out with new bronzers, and in my first impressions video, I wasn't really impressed. I mean, I achieved a color, but it did take a lot of product for me to get there. It was also very red toned, so I'm still playing around with the bronzer to get my final thoughts on it. So far I'm not too impressed, but when it comes to these blushes, they are amazing. I'm also not sure if I already mentioned this or not, but Hard Candy is a brand sold exclusively at Walmart or hardcandy.com. I want to really quickly jump over to a eyeshadow primer. So this is by e.l.f. This is their Putty Eye Primer. I have really been trying to test out different eyeshadow primers and get a good variety. For the longest time, I was using the NYX eyeshadow base, and then when I did my full face of my 2019 misses, I ended up finding out I really loved my Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas eyeshadow base, so that is what I've been using. And then when I tested this baby out in my first impressions, I was floored. I was really excited. I was nervous because it does look like a concealer pot, but it does not apply like one. It is not overly thick to where your makeup or your eyeshadow is going to crease or it's going to look splotchy. This goes on so great. So I like to apply this with a brush. I usually do, let me find it. I usually try to do like a flat top brush. So this is by AOA Studio. This is their high definition brush, the E101. It's my favorite. This is only $1 at Shop Miss A, so you can either do that online or go to their website and look for your nearest store. I'm from Tomball, Texas. My most recent closest store is in Willowbrook Mall. So I love that brush. So like a flat top brush, you swirl it in here, apply it, and it's great. A highlighter. Y'all know my favorite thing is highlighter. So a highlighter I have fallen in love with is by Wet n Wild, which I usually don't really like Wet n Wild highlighters. I know a lot of people love them. Me, I've just never been able to get payoff. This one is amazing. This is the Hello Halo Blushlighter in After Sex Glow. This comes with two shades. It comes with like a pinky tone and then a champagne. I haven't used the pinky one yet. I've only used the champagne color. This is what I'm wearing today. It is beautiful. It goes on like a dream. You barely have to tap your brush in here. This is very reminiscent to me of my favorite Flower Beauty highlighting palette, to where all you have to do is just tap your brush in here and apply some and you're good. Which, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I was expecting it to have the same payoff that my other Wet n Wild ones do for me, which is not a lot, but it proved me wrong. This is amazing. Three more things. So for eyebrows, I love this one from the Hard Candy and Marilyn Monroe collaboration. This is their Precision Brow Pencil. My only con to this is they did not do a lot of shades. So this one is in the shade Light Brown, I believe. Yeah, so this is in the shade Light Brown, so they don't have like a blonde or a taupe, which I think a wider shade range would be appreciated. However, like this is what I'm wearing today, I was able to make it work, especially since I do have darker roots. But just keep that in mind. Hard Candy, as much as I love the new stuff they're coming out with, they don't really have a huge shade range. But in here, it is like a micro brow pencil. It is teeny, teeny, tiny, and it does come with a spoolie on the end. This is just so pigmented from one little swipe. The color is very intimidating, but I do think people with like dirty blonde hair really can make this work for you. The last two things we're going to talk about are lip liners. So if you watch my channel, you know I love the Wet n Wild gel lip liners. Those are my favorite. They are so smooth and creamy. I do think a good alternative are the Milani Color Statement lip liners. These are my two favorite shades. So this is the shade number 4, which is all natural. So it's like a dark browny mauve color. And the other one is shade number 9, which is Spice. Spice is like a red toned mauve. So these are a wooden pencil, and when I first got these, all wooden pencils I've ever used are really, really harsh. They hurt your lips. They just don't go on smoothly. That is not the case with these. They are so creamy. Now I will say, I don't think they are as creamy as my Wet n Wild ones, but if you're looking for a good alternative, or if you love the brand Milani, that's great. Milani for me is usually really expensive. I mean, it is a higher priced drugstore brand than other things, but these I believe are only $2 or $3, so I'll go ahead and spend it. And for the payoff, I'm so happy I did spend it. I mean, just sliding this on, look at that. That's with barely putting any pressure. That's just doing one line. And with lip liner, I like to line my lips and fill it in. So even filling it in, it doesn't make my lipstick break up. It doesn't get on my teeth. So these are great. I definitely want to get more shades. Whenever I'm testing out like a lip liner or a lipstick, I get what I know and love, which are of course, you know, nudes and mauves. So now that I know that I love these, I can go and expand and get some brighter colors. Alright guys, that is it for my current beauty favorites and what I have been loving. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of fast. I do tend to talk fast sometimes, and I'm sorry for that. I have been told I talk fast a lot. Don't know what it is, really. I know. Maybe I'm just in a good mood today. Maybe I'm just happy. Who knows? But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've tried out any of these products and what your thoughts are on them. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go eat some pizza. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.